The Finals feels like someone set out to make their dream multiplayer FPS game, but instead of writing off any lofty, ambitious features like large-scale destruction and high-fidelity graphics, they stared longer at the drawing board and asked, what if? What if we could implement meaningful destruction throughout the level that changes the way a match plays out? What if we gave players the tools to not only shoot each other, but maneuver, reinforce, or destroy? What if we slapped a battle pass in a tech demo? This is The Finals, a class-based arena shooter, a physics sandbox, a generic gaming exec's wet dream, and perhaps a contender for the next big thing. The Finals is made by Embark Studios, an independent game developer established by former DICE employees that played pivotal roles in previous Battlefield titles. And it's easy to see that DNA throughout this game. The server-side destruction offers split-second tactical decisions to best your enemies. The gunplay is simple and arcadey, but fun and approachable. And while I think Battlefield fans have a lot to enjoy with this game, when you look beyond the surface, The Finals is inspired by other cultural favorites as well. So let's talk about how it plays and what actually happens during a match. The closed beta offered one game mode, Cash Out, on 2 different maps, Monaco and Seoul. And each map has different times of day and weather conditions, as well as end-of-round modifiers like meteor showers and low gravity that shake things up. In Cash Out, 4 teams of 3 race for 2 different objectives, vaults, and cash out stations. Once a team opens a vault, they take these cash boxes to the cash out station, which triggers a countdown. If the depositing team defends their loot long enough, that cash value is deposited into the team's bank, upping their standing in the match. But enemy teams can intercept and interact with the cash out stations to take control of the deposit. The team with the most money at the end of the round wins the game. This rotation of assaulting and defending gives players ample opportunity to deploy their tools, which are limited by their class, light build, medium build, and heavy build. Light builds are quick and agile, akin to recon subclasses or glass cannons, and they can go invisible or dash away quickly using snipers, pistols, knives, SMGs, the usual light weapons from other games. They also have the most mobility. Medium builds are the general purpose utility class with the ability to heal or deploy zip lines, jump pads, turrets, and trophy systems. They have an assault rifle, a revolver, a repeating shotgun, and a grenade launcher, useful in a variety of situations. Heavy builds are the tanks that can smash through walls. They wield light machine guns, grenade launchers, and RPGs, and generally convert things to rubble. All classes have some capability for destruction, but each has a specific playstyle bound by their gadgets and health. At first, I thought this body size setup seemed kinda silly, but it makes combat very readable. You can see a player and instantly know the types of weapons and tools they might be carrying, as well as their health pool, and that can change how you approach each engagement. Light builds might try to flank and stealth their way to an objective, whereas a heavy build may stand their ground and absorb some punishment. As an added bonus, you can choose your team's composition, meaning you can be all the same class, one of each, or any combination after, and it is totally possible to win with a variety of compositions and weapons. This freedom and variety, along with the open-ended nature of the destruction, gives the finals its replayability where no objective battle goes the same way. For my own preferences, I found myself sticking to the heavy build archetype and using the M60 and explosive gadgets. This class makes it easy to set up one-man power positions and break through any carefully planned defenses. And player agency like this is one of several things that the finals gets right. You can find your favorite toys and unleash them in this physics-driven sandbox, which it might sound like I'm harping on, but it's a big selling point. And while some people may view the trailer and think the destruction looks gimmicky, I found it really smart, and most importantly, because it's server-side destruction, it is represented consistently for all players, which is a technical feat. So the destruction is technically impressive, but also integral to player strategy. Like in this clip, I'm carrying a cash box, clearly outnumbered, but I'm able to reach my objective through map knowledge and some well-placed explosives. Is it simple fun to blow things up? Sure, but there is some strategy involved too, and I really like that. However, anyone familiar with Battlefield Bad Company 2 will know in-game destruction can reach a point where it hinders the player's ability to reach an objective. And while I wouldn't say that problem is widespread on the finals, it does happen where a cash out station is in the rubble that is difficult to traverse or vault over, or the defending team has destroyed so much cover that there isn't much you can do to protect from the onslaught of gadgets. The construction and traversal abilities like goo grenades and ziplines can help in those situations, but new players may struggle to find the right tool for the job. Another contentious point with the finals is the central game mode itself. Chasing bounties and cash out can be exciting, especially a last second transfer of the deposit to your team's name, but sometimes a team can get so far ahead that there's no action possible to catch up. Another problem is that often 3 out of 4 of the teams get locked in a heated battle around one cash out, leaving a lone team uncontested on the other. Again, there are counters for both of these situations, but it does feel like a problem with the mode itself. And I don't know where else to throw this, so here's good, I guess. There's a map modifier where some objectives appear on floating platforms that circle the buildings. I absolutely hate that modifier because the platforms are often hard to get to and out in the open, meaning they aren't fun to defend or attack, they just kind of suck. Of course, that's just my opinion. It's okay if you like that modifier. On the bright side, any problems you are experiencing in a match, whether that is a completely stacked enemy team or an overly destroyed environment, they don't last long because the matches are only 8 minutes, which is a breath of fresh air when it feels like more and more games want you to sit down for an hour just to play one round. I can quickly get in a few matches before bed, get my fix and hop off, or I can choose to play for hours with different builds in quick play or a bracketed team elimination style tournament where 16 teams compete to be, I'm gonna say it, the finals. So, the mechanics for fun, strategy, and competition are there. What are the rough edges? Well, as I said in the intro, sometimes it can feel like a tech demo with a battle pass. Don't get me wrong, I really love many of the gameplay mechanics here, and the art style is different than what I would normally play, but I do think it is visually appealing as a whole. I don't hate the cosmetics on offer, but I imagine as more and more seasons roll out, the options will become more and more outlandish. The Battle Pass isn't pay to win, but for the intellectual gamers and chin strokers, you may feel like you are paying and giving up a part of yourself in some sort of exercise in consumerism. The stylish clothes and silly accessories work because it's set in a game show, but ironically, this theme won't appeal to everyone. We've seen other games set in a game show pop up before, following the same blend of silly, stylish, and serious. Looking through my mental catalog of failed game show-like games, I somehow have played a lot of them. Hyperscape, The Culling, The Darwin Project, Radical Heights. Yeah, I played all of those, and the truth is, the game show backdrop always eventually gets annoying. I am so tired of this duck quip at the beginning of the match.
Our arena isn't all that it's quacked up to be this round. Talk about a bit of bad duck for our contestants.
I like seeing people explode into coins when I kill them, but I can't help but notice there's no setting to disable the announcers' voices, and although they do give you good info like which team just made a big play, I do find them grating after a few matches. And just to round out my list of grievances here, the game is still in development, so there are some bugs that really affect the experience. I was killed by a floating gun, which wasn't due to a character ability, the guy was just invisible. I've been stuck in animations where I couldn't pull out my weapon. The pieces of buildings and geometry and the world sometimes make traversal a chore. I'd say the core of the mechanics here work, but there are definitely still bugs to iron out. Thankfully, performance has been pretty solid on my computer, which is a welcome surprise in such a physics-heavy game, and the finals doesn't feel early access to me even in this beta stage. Sure, the devs are still figuring out balance and improving performance, but they have been quick to deploy fixes throughout this beta phase, and I've been thoroughly impressed by that. So, despite all its problems and rough edges, the finals has one significant thing going for it: it is fun. It's technically an arena shooter, small in scale, but like Titanfall 2, the larger-than-life combat and interesting gameplay systems make it feel bigger than it is. It's technically a class-based shooter like Team Fortress 2, but there is enough variety in the weapons and gadgets that no one class feels particularly stifling. It technically is another game show game with a battle pass, but this is perhaps the highest fidelity version we've seen of this type of thing, and I think other games in the space should take notice, especially the Hyenas, an upcoming Capcom game, which feels like a Battleborn/Overwatch showdown in the making. The finals closed beta is coming to an end soon, and although I spend most of my time in the gritty, slow-paced swamps of Hunt Showdown, I have unfortunately blown a final-size hole in my heart, and I can tell I will be anticipating its return. Do I think the finals will be my main game on release? No, probably not, but it is a refreshing fast-paced shooter, and as much as it borrows from other games, its appeal is clear-cut to me. I'm definitely going to be recommending it to friends, or if this video is proof, strangers. And if this is any indication of the quality of the upcoming Arc Raiders game, Embark Studios is certainly making a compelling argument as a game studio to watch. Really though, enough with the puns.
A quacktastrophhe in the arena. Looks like one of our mascots has decided to start the destruction a bit early this round.